Welcome. It is day 23 of 50 days of fitness. And I just earned my very first coffee for the morning. I don't know where you guys are on that. Right now, what I'm going through right now is the exercise part. I'm not having too many problems with the diet part. Maybe a little, but not that much. But the the exercise part, it just feels like such a chore. And, and it's, I mean, like in my mind, it's like I have to say like, shut up, just shut up and do it. And then if I do it, then I'm fine. And like I say, it's over in a few minutes. But I don't know. It's my brain is in revolt here. It doesn't want to do them, but I did. I got my first one done. And so, like we said, this is day 23. So we've done that 23 consecutive days every day. So I guess that part's going well. Food wise, I don't really have many cravings that much. I guess in some ways I'm cheating on it a little bit in that I've been buying nuts to snack on, which is that's fair game. So I've been getting peanuts and almonds. Um, but I had been kind of following a intermittent fasting kind of thing where after I had dinner, I wouldn't eat anything else the rest of the evening until the next day, at lunchtime or whenever I had my first meal. And with the nuts, it's like, I can snack on those nuts. So I'm cheating a little bit on that. So weight wise, very steady right now, 205. I had that one bump up to 207, but other than that, I've been at 205 for, I think, 6 days, 5 or 6 days. So that's been very, very steady. We'll see if there's any change by, next Tuesday. That kind of wraps up my summary of where that stuff is. I will say, so I mean, I definitely have been losing some weight, and I can tell. I mean, it is noticeable. I can tell that my belly is smaller. In fact, I even measuring it. If you measure it, it's probably 2 inches, which is kind of crazy, but it is. It's probably about 2 inches less than it was when I started a few weeks ago. Um, and the other things though, they're it's gonna take some work. It's only been 3 weeks. It seems in some ways like it's been forever, but it's only been 3 weeks. So today I've been talking a little bit these last couple of days about various supplements. I thought I would talk about testosterone or slash steroids. Um, in today's uh, culture, I started to say gym culture, but I don't know which is the more accurate way to describe it. It really is very common for people to be taking steroids in some form or another. It may not. There's all these supplements that have steroids in them, and it goes a gamut from things that are available and all that to people doing stuff illegally. But it is very common. And another thing that has happened in recent years is in the last, say, 10 years or so, it's become popular for especially men, I think, to go to clinics and get testosterone replacement therapy. And that's steroids. They're getting injections of steroids, and it's medically covered. And I will say, it definitely is effective. If it's done right, and if you're going to do it, that's probably the best way to do it. Is to make sure that you're using stuff that is the right stuff. It's overseen by a medical professional, and you're having someone check in on you. And I mean, it does. It really is amazing the difference it can make to people, um, not only in their workout and how they look, although I know probably that's what it is for a lot of people. It's just like, I'm just so tired of looking like this all the time. But it might also be, I'm just so tired of being tired all the time, because it does. It gives you more energy. It helps you build strength. It helps you build endurance. I mean, it really, really does. But there's a dark side to that. And, we kind of naturally peak our testosterone. I think it's in our 20s, maybe early 30s. And it starts going down, especially after around age 40. It's on the downhill side. And exercise, by the way, especially weight training, will naturally build your testosterone. There are things you can do that will naturally increase your testosterone, and that's some of those things. Just working out will do that. But I can tell you, so I've mentioned over and over. When I started this, I had no idea I'd be talking about cancer as much as I am, but I did. I've had cancer twice, and my cancer is prostate cancer. Here's the deal: if you get prostate cancer feeds on testosterone. I mean, the more testosterone you have, the faster it will grow. And so that's one thing to be aware of is, even though it feels good and all those things, as you start getting older, having a whole lot of, if you have too much testosterone, it can be a risk factor. It can be a risk factor for other things as well. But as I say all the time, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a professional physical trainer. So the stuff I know is stuff that has happened to me, stuff that I've read, stuff that I've looked up, that kind of things. And there are certainly things that I could be wrong about. And again, as always, if you are a medical professional or a trainer or a dietitian, and I get something wrong, please correct me. I would love for you to put that in the comments and let me know. But I can tell you that one of the big medicines I had to take for a while was a drug that killed off all of your testosterone. And they do that because otherwise it will feed your cancer. So you just need to be aware of that. If you have had cancer, and I don't know if that's the same with other cancers. It may be. I can't answer that. I do know it's 100% true for prostate cancer. And so if you've had cancer, especially if you've had prostate cancer, you might not want to be doing testosterone replacement therapy. You may not want to be taking any kind of steroids unless you talk this over with your doctor. I do know that with some cancers, you're so worn out that they do give you steroids to kind of help boost you up a little bit. But that should be very specific, and that should be something that you work out with your doctor, because in some cancers, and I know for a fact with prostate cancer, it'd be like pouring gasoline on a fire, and it could get out of control before you know it. So that's just kind of something to think about. If you are going to do that, I guess, and I'm gonna say probably especially when you're kind of getting a little older. If you're going to start doing that, maybe it's probably okay, until you're maybe 40 or maybe 50 or something like that. But if you're going to do it after that, I would say don't just do it on your own. Talk to your doctor about it and make sure that you have their insight on it, and that it's getting somebody watching you to make sure you're not going to have any problems, because you definitely don't want to create any more problems. But again, if it happens, so like what's kind of going back to me. So while I was on the medicine, my testosterone dropped to undetectable I was on the medicine about a year and a half. And then even after I got off the medicine, it was basically undetectable for, I want to say it was almost a year. And then it started coming up sort of gradually. And so now I'm back into normal levels, which really they did not expect. And so, you know, you can increase it naturally. And so I talked to my doctors about it because I wanted to be sure that it was okay. And they said, we're okay as long as this has happened naturally, as long as you're not taking any, you know, supplements or you're not doing any, you know, TRT or any of that stuff. We think you're fine. We just need to really keep an eye on your PSA level. So, you know, just a word of caution. You know, everybody wants to be able to get stronger. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to lose weight. Totally get that. I'm like that. You know, I don't really like to confess this, but it's true. I'm a pretty vain guy. And I don't like it if I feel like I look sloppy or messy or, you know, out of shape. I don't like it very much. And so, I get that, but for your health, you know, the bottom line, we should always remember our health first. And so with that in mind, if you decide to do any of this stuff, I totally get it. All I'm saying is please check with your doctors. Make sure that it's okay with them and that somebody's kind of keeping an eye on you. And that's it. And so here we are. As always, you guys probably know now, I'm just a talker. I know I could have said that in probably 4 minutes, and here we are at 12, but sorry about that. All right, guys, that finishes up day 23. Tomorrow's day 24, and I hope we'll see you tomorrow. If you like this video or you think it was fun or you know someone who might benefit from it, maybe you can share it and maybe you can like it for me. And, you know, if you want to follow along on these 50-day challenges, you might even subscribe. We had the last 50-day challenge, which was the first one, 50 days of trash. That's a pretty fun one. I think most people like that. And then when we finish this up, we're almost halfway through, but when we finish this up, we'll start another one to be determined. And that's it. Have a fantastic day. Take care, everybody. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.